Hey, and welcome to the latest episode of the Mind Body Health Podcast. This is Dave Sheahan here, high performance consultant, and I've been dedicated for over 25 years to teaching you, educating you, motivating, and hopefully inspiring people just like you in regaining control of the mind body health area of your life. Why? Because not only is it so important for how you feel and your confidence and self-esteem and self-image and how you feel you look and everything that way, it has a catalytic impact on every single area of your life. So if you're not already taking positive steps towards regaining control of your mind, body, and health, then start doing so. It's a continuous process. It's one that should never end. You know, I'm doing it for over 25 years. I'm just myself, not to mind people I've worked with. And it will continue. Every day I'm looking at how I can be better, how can I be a better person, how can I be better in terms of my health, my well-being, how can I make my brain work better, my body work better, everything like that. Because at the end of the day, you know, you want this, I want this, we all want it. We want to lead fun, vibrant, fulfilling, successful, and most importantly, happy lives. So, you know, I hope these podcast episodes help you along those lines. That's my purpose of putting them out there, as well as all the other content I put out across social media every single day. So on today's episode of the podcast, I want to speak to you about Christmas week. As you listen to this, there are now 6 days till Christmas Day. Are you excited? I'm excited. I love Christmas, and especially love the lead up to Christmas. I love Christmas Eve and love Christmas Day and a few days around it. So I want to speak to you about planning ahead for Christmas and planning Christmas week, and what you should do and you shouldn't do. Now, remember, whatever I'm suggesting to you is what I feel is optimal. It's what I feel you should do. You may decide to do it. You may not. You may tweak it. You may personalize it, whatever you want to do. But, you know, some of the things I'm going to say in this particular podcast will help you a lot, both in remaining productive and positive and progressive in the lead up to Christmas, enjoying Christmas to the fullest, and then being in the right frame of mind to get back on the horse again straight after Christmas. So, you know, first and foremost, I want you to enjoy Christmas to the max. Like this day, depending on when you listen to this, obviously, but this is the launch day I'm speaking of in terms of when this podcast goes live. If you're listening to this the day it goes live, you know, you will be in a week's time, the day after Christmas, and I hope you will be reflecting on a wonderful day, a memorable day, and a day where you ate yourself and drank yourself so much that you feel sick. You feel sick today, and if you did, that's a success. Now, that's not something you have to do. It's something I recommend, not in that you have to feel sick, but I recommend you enjoy yourself and you do whatever the hell you want. Because the thing about life is it's about control. In terms of enjoying life and having a fun, vibrant, fulfilling, successful, and importantly, happy life, it's about being in control of your actions, being in control of your decisions, being in control of your thoughts. And what I always recommend, and I'm recommending to my offline and online clients for the last couple of weeks, is that you stay focused now up until maybe the 23rd, or depending on your situation, 24th of December. Okay, so either Christmas Eve or the day before. You stay focused, you stick to your routines, you stick to your habits, you do your exercise, you do your good nutrition, you drink your water, you have your sleep routine, you go to bed a certain time, you get up a certain time, you have your morning routine, you have your evening routine, you do your journaling, you do your meditation, you do your yoga, you write your 3 wins, you write your 3 gratitudes. All these things I've recommended throughout the year that you may be doing, or maybe doing some of, or maybe only starting with some of them. But you keep doing this up until 23rd, 24th. And then what do? You switch off. You completely switch off. Now, for me, that's going to be the 23rd, Wednesday, 23rd. I decided, was it 7 weeks ago? Again, starting off on an intense training program and commitments to certain work things, as well as training and food and all this kind of stuff, that up until Wednesday afternoon, about 4 o'clock-ish, depending on my last appointment or last call is, that's when I switch off, and I'll be switching off then typically until about the 4th of January, because again, I need to switch off, especially 2020. You've been a bitch. So I definitely need to switch off at the end now of 2020. So, you know, I've decided that I'm in control of it. Now, I'm not switching off now as I record this. I won't be switching off the day that this goes live. I won't be switching off the day, just the 22nd of December. I will be continuing. As hard as it is, even right now, it's hard. I want to switch off. I want to chill. I want to relax. I want to be on holidays. But I need to stay with my head in the game, stay focused, because I've committed to staying focused until the afternoon of 23rd of December. So I want you to decide, when will your break, your Christmas break, start? When will it start? What date, what time? And that's when it starts. Because the thing is, it's about, as I said, control. So learn to switch on and off. So you should be able to switch off, and then you should just as much be able to switch on. So it's like for me, I'm switching off on the 23rd afternoon. I'm switching fully back on with training, work, everything on 6 a.m. Monday the 4th of January. In between, no rules. I'll do what I want. I'll eat what I want. I'll drink what I want. I'll get up when I want. I'll go to bed when I want. I'll do what I want. Watch what I want. I'll train if I feel like it. Most likely I won't, but if I want to, I'll do it. I'll eat what I want. Everything's going to be what I want, okay? Because we need that switch off. I won't have any set commitments. Doesn't mean I won't have days where I do stuff that's productive and progressive and all. I may do, but the thing is I'll have a choice. But the bottom line is there is no doubt I'm going to switch off in style from the afternoon of the 23rd. And there is no doubt that I will not switch on again on Monday, the 4th of January at 6 a.m. I will switch back on, and I will switch on hard, and I'll be ready to kick off 2021 really big time. Okay, I have some big goals for 2021. And I'm going to be working towards them. That's why I need this recharge. But it's important for you, two things. One, to recharge, especially depending on how 2020 has been for you. You may need a serious recharge. But also it's important to enjoy Christmas. Like I've had people before who said to me, oh, I think I'll try to be good over Christmas. And I go, no, you don't aim to be good. Christmas is one of those times, it's once a year. Enjoy it. Have fun. Doesn't mean you have to gorge yourself and eat like a pig and drink everything you can get your hands on. Do what you feel like at the time. The main thing is not having rules, not having boundaries, switching off from your normal commitments. And the more rigid you are about your commitments and routines, the more I encourage you to really switch off for at least a few days completely and a week or so, near entirely. It's important. Now, it's different if you haven't really been good. You've had a few months, bit on and off, not great with exercise, not great with food, not great with eating. There's no harm in switching off a bit for the Christmas, but I wouldn't switch off for a week and a half because you've already got a lot of ground to catch up on. Does that make sense? So I want you to decide on when you are switching off. I want you to decide when you're switching on. It's like for some clients, I have their target, they have to switch off on the 24th and they have to switch back on the 28th. That may tie into when they're back at work, stuff to do with kids, how good or bad they've been recently, so on. Others I have that they've switched back on when I'm switching on the 4th, because again, they've earned that break and they need that break. And as I said, in 2020 especially, depending on what the circumstances are, depending on the impact of 2020 on you, you may need that break. And we need to recharge ourselves. We need to be self-aware of how we're feeling. Like I know emotionally and mentally, and emotionally and mentally, I'm drained. I've had a hard year, in personally and professionally, and I've had a hard year even just in terms of dealing with you guys and working with you guys and working closely with my one-to-one clients and my group clients who have had a tough year. And I've given everything I can to them and everything I can to you, and even all the free content to put out every day. I've done it because I want to help people, but that still has an emotional drain. So like, I need a break. I need it. And I need to take care of me. If I don't take care of me, I can't help you guys. And the better I take care of me, the better I can take care of you guys. And that's why I'm so conscious of prioritizing me always, every single day. Even though I work a lot, I help people a lot, I'm always still taking care of my nutrition, my sleep, my mindset, my exercise, all these things. One, to be a role model, or hope to be a role model. And two, to be operating at my optimum. That's why I'm always looking at new ways, better ways to live, because I want to be at my optimum so I can better serve you guys. So, I want you to set a target of when you're stopping and when you're restarting. Be definite about that, okay? And in the meantime, just keep productive up to that date you're stopping. Keep productive, keep picking your 1 to 3 priorities every single morning and focus solely on them. Keep following your routines. Keep taking that exercise box, nutrition box, staying hydrated box, the sleep routine box, any other routines you have, morning routines, even routines. Tick those boxes. It's so important, okay? Then for those few days of Christmas, like I said, I want you to switch off completely. Now, one little trick I want to give you, especially around alcohol, okay? Because one thing about when people switch off and party and all that kind of stuff, alcohol tends to play a big part in many people's lives. Alcohol is horrendous. It is a poison. It's terrible for your body. Does that mean I tell you don't drink it? Of course not. I'll be drinking, but I'm more into food than drink, to be honest, and especially ice cream. So if I could get pints of ice cream in a pub, I'd be in there all the time. But it's the impact of it is the problem. Now, simple tip I give to people all the time. Some follow it, some don't. The ones who follow it are amazed at its effect, the positive impact that is. And ones who don't follow continue to suffer. There is no reason to have a hangover. I don't care if you have 2 drinks or 20 drinks. If you drink water before your session starts, if you drink water during your drinking session, and if you drink water when you come home before you go to bed, I can guarantee you will not have a hangover the next day. You will feel tired because when you drink alcohol, you do not sleep. Like, you look asleep, but your mind is not asleep. You don't reach rapid eye movement. You're only a light phase of sleep, okay? The only thing make you like nearly unconscious is the alcohol. But in terms of your sleep cycle, you don't go deep. So that's the reason why alcohol has such a massive impact on people, okay, and an impact on you in terms of how you feel the next day. You feel so tired, but there's nothing worse than being tired, feeling sick, your throat feeling dry, your mouth feeling dry, you feel like you need to vomit, you've cravings all over the shop, or you're so sick you can't eat, you sweat, all that kind of thing. You don't have to have any of that. You can just be tired, and that's it. How you do it? Drink water, okay? So drink water before you start drinking, while you're drinking, after you're drinking, and the next morning too. And the other thing is, when you drink alcohol, it's toxins stored up in your body, because it is just that. It's just chemicals and toxins. There is no nutritional benefit to alcohol. Ignore anyone who tells you that there is in certain drinks. There is not. Alcohol is a poison. It's toxic. It's not good for your body. But like I said, it's not something to wipe out unless you really want to yourself, okay? But also exercise. So the morning after drinking, go do some exercise, whether it be going for a walk, a jog, a mixture, like weight session, jumping around, a bit of a dance, whatever. Sweat it out of you. And you will sweat a lot, because again, it just affects your internal operation, basically. So you need to sweat it out. That's when someone's after a big session and they go and exercise, you can literally smell the alcohol, because they're sweating it out through the pores. Now, between staying hydrated before, during, and after the session, and the next morning, and exercising the next morning in some capacity without it necessarily even being hard, you would feel fairly normal. You will just be tired. That's all, just tired. Okay. So that's an important tip, because there's no point for unnecessary suffering. Okay. No point for unnecessary suffering. In terms of junky food and rich food and all that, if you, for instance, wake up next day and you feel a bit sick, what you do is just do a little fast, might be for half a day, drink tons of water, flush your system. Because especially the cleaner you have been, if you've lived a very clean life for a couple of months, when you go now at Christmas and you're eating loads of chocolate or savory stuff or snacks, or again, like the alcohol, it is going to affect your stomach, because the stomach's going to go, what the hell is this? What is this poison? What are you doing to me? And it's going to react very badly. Even like your bowel movements will go totally crazy, whether it be, literally being clogged up, or the other way, but just not normal. Because it's literally, you're poisoning your body. And the cleaner you live, typically, the more poisoned your body will feel. That's why if you start to feel a bit poisoned, what you do is just take a little fast. You might just not eat for a few hours, drink tons of water, use water to flush your system. Okay. So guys, I hope these few tips have helped. I want you to enjoy Christmas this year more than ever. I really want you to put everything into it. We've all had a tough year in 2020. We've all been restricted in many ways, unhappy in many ways, stressed, frustrated, angry in many ways, upset, all these different negative emotions. I want you to just go into your own world for Christmas for a few days. Enjoy the people who matter most in your life. Enjoy you. Enjoy time for you. Have fun. And just have a great time. It's really important that you do. But as you go into this week, remember, it's going to be in two parts. Depending on when you listen to this, of course. You may listen to this in March 2021. It'll still have some kind of relevance, I hope, in general. But if you listen to this soon after it launches, go into this week where you're going to stay focused, keep your routines, tick the boxes for a few days. Then you're going to totally switch off, have fun. And then by the time I next talk to you, next podcast, you'll be in the middle of your fun time. And I'll be talking to you then about how to get back on track. So look, switch on and off. That's how we need to live. It's so different on a normal week. You should be good for 5 or 6 days of the week. Then 1 or 2 days, do what you want within reason. So again, switch on, switch off, switch on, switch off. Same as going on a holiday, same as you need a break, weekends, anything. Your birthday, switch off, switch on, switch off, switch on. So have control. It's all about control. All right, guys, I hope these tips have helped. Do let me know. Have a wonderful Christmas. Thanks for all your support since I started the podcast a couple of months ago. It's really much appreciated. Thanks for your ratings and reviews. Keep them coming. Keep sharing this podcast out there. And I hope those few tips will set you up to have a very happy and productive start to your Christmas week, and an incredibly fun and sugar overdosed and alcohol overdosed while not hungover few days as well. Okay, so go have a great time, enjoy it. It happens once a year, make the most of it. Dave Sheahan here, high performance consultant. Have a good one.